Up until last year, I feel I was in a daily knife fight for survival. I think one of the interesting things when you think about culture as a founder is that in early days, the culture of a company is really just sort of you. You start as an individual, and the way we perceive culture changes over the life cycle of a company. When you get bigger, and at this point in time, empathy, kindness, making it a positive place for people to work is really, really important to me.
I'd say that the overall culture at Blockdaemon is just kind of a super friendly one. People are generally, happy to see you and talk to you, and you really get to feel a real connection with the people that you work with.
We can be fun about it, but we're also genuine. So it's nice to be a little silly, but it's also something where people can understand that you're still knowledgeable about what you're talking about too. What really brings me energy is the team. I love our team. I love the marketing team and then our team as a whole. Letting them drive in some capacity what they're good at. You want to hire smart people under you so that they can kind of take the reins, take ownership, and be able to grow in a way so that they feel empowered to continue to be curious, to be passionate, and be creative in that way.
Yeah, when I joined, Blockdaemon was small, like 25 people, maybe 30 people, but the team's amazing. There's a lot of talent, intelligence, kindness, great folks, good vibes, positive energy.
I'm a people person. I care deeply about people's experiences because not only are people what drive what we do, but people spend most of their lives at work. So I hope that what they're doing is something that not only they are passionate about, but we can enable them to really enjoy themselves in the process and be their whole selves and best people that they can be. I will say this is one of the most humble cultures I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of. When there is a challenge, multiple people jump on it, and they do so in a way that is collaborative and kind in finding a solution together. That's a really rare thing. We want them to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves and see the mission that we're on together and to see the impact that it has on the world. Thinking through how to maintain the special elements of Blockdaemon and continue as we grow into an even bigger company across the world.
Because we've quite a diverse range of people, very diverse in fact, it just provides a great breeding ground for happiness. And we've learned through supporting each other that empathy is great for not just for you, but for other people.
The fact that we all get to collaborate and the fact that there are really no assholes, I think that's really a big part of it. Usually when you work at a company at this size, you come across a lot of tensions and challenges when working with folks, but I think the company has scaled almost 10x this year, and we've been able to maintain a really strong culture that I think very few companies are able to do at this stage. We're working on a really ambitious mission, but the fact that I get to work with this group of people who inspire me every day allows me to wake up and say, hey, we can tackle these hard things together.
I've just experienced a lot of love working here. Coming in knowing that I didn't know a lot about blockchain, but working with all the engineers and especially being, a Black woman and coming in working in this industry, I just want Blockdaemon to continue to push the envelope of diversity. They're on the right track for it, and I want them to keep that in mind as we continue to grow. I just love that we can laugh and we can tell a good joke.
We're taking someone from a bank environment and then kind of have the crypto OGs form them and push them into the right way so that they can spread on. It's like a virus, I had that moment when I was taking things too seriously, but then got reminded, hey, we're in this together.
It's usually pretty easy to see when somebody's stepping out of their comfort zone. And what I get so energized by is seeing them in that moment and kind of extending a hand. Keep coming. Do this thing. Get on the stage. Do the presentation. And then seeing people discover that they actually have capacity they didn't realize they had, and they have growth real time in those moments, that just is the best. Fires me up. What are things that are actually very unique to us? Empathy plays a really important role at Blockdaemon. I would say it's one of the defining pillars of our culture. And Blockdaemon is a company that is full of people who work so hard. We don't have a work harder problem here. We have a make sure you're balancing your life and what you do outside of work for your own well-being and that of your family or whatever it is you do outside of work. People come here and they want to stay. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we are empathetic and we do really connect with our team in new ways.
I like the weekly emails that Cecily sends out. She really puts an emphasis on maintaining company culture. Kindness and empathy are emphasized pretty heavily from the top down, not only internally when dealing with your own coworkers, but also with customers and just anyone we talk to in the space in general.
The main thing is I expressed what I wanted to do, And actually, Black Damon supported that. I came in sales, and now I'm heading up regulation. And our COO, Cecily, who's extremely special to me, one of my mentors, helped me actually mold and sculpt this position I'm in today. Everyone's just so genuine, so real, and just so compassionate about each other and just respectful. And that's really what brings me to work every single day, in addition to crypto, right? Who doesn't want to work in crypto?
We want people to feel included and like they're not just another person joining a large company as a cog in a machine. They will actually have a material impact at Block Damon to do something big, to build, to go into uncharted territory, and they'll be able to move the needle in a material way that they can see in a very real time.
And one thing that stood out among many was the culture. And I know that everyone talks culture at every company, right? But Block Damon lives it. This is a very, very special company for many different reasons. Everyone is excited to do what they do, right? Everyone is an expert in their own field. To work with experts on a daily basis is extremely enlightening.